Johnny and Stevie. Steve. Hello and welcome into this Thursday's edition of Entertainment News here at MBE. We'd just like to thank you once again for joining us here on our YouTube channel and of course our Twitch stream. I'm one of your co-hosts, Steve and John McLaughlin, our co-host, raising a glass to all of you great people out there watching this show. It's John C. Walsh. How are you doing, John?
I'm doing splendid and tremendous, to quote Alan Partridge.
Yeah, I'm still drinking that apple just from last night.
I'm still drinking this water.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's took me a full day to drink a pint of water.
John, it's a good day.
Cristiano Ronaldo would not be a happy man with me.
No.
Aqua.
I don't know.
I try to stick by the juice of life, as I like to call it, drinking water.
Vasa.
Vasa, yes. The aqua.
It's a good day though, isn't it? It's a good day, certainly
good
for
day.
RRR and SS Rajamouli, etc., etc. Because India are celebrating RRR's Naatu song making history at the Golden Globes. We obviously covered this prior to it happening, John. Very happy that it was obviously nominated.
I predicted it.
This is great news. India is celebrating a rare Hollywood award triumph after the regional language film RRR won a Golden Globe for the best song, seeing off competition from leading singers Taylor Swift and Rihanna. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Wednesday hailed the very special accomplishment after the win by the action movie's barnstorming high-octane number Naatu Naatu. He said, this prestigious honour has made every Indian very proud. Modi said this on Twitter. You can see that in the graphic just below there. But local media reports said it was the first time an Indian film has won an award at the competition, which I think's amazing. It's amazing and astonishing at the same time, I think, because we've seen so many great films, John, that have obviously not reached the Western world.
Steve, we've seen so many great Western films as well, to be fair, that have not been given the credit or sort of recognition they deserve at these ceremonies. So it does happen.
Yeah.
There's films miss out. I mean, I personally thought a couple of years back Tenet by Chris Nolan get done dirty, and musically Ludwig Göransson's score get done dirty. So this is just an issue in general. It's just getting that sweet spot of momentum and undeniable brilliance in some aspect of the movie, be it technical stuff, be it a song, be it the directing, be it the script, or a combination of everything. For Peter Jackson,
John,
20 years ago.
It says South Indian's Telugu language film released last March. I can't believe it was that long ago. RRR has seen huge audience numbers for a local film, both home and abroad. RRR was also nominated in the Best Non-English Language Film category, but it lost to the film Argentina's 1985.
Yeah, is that the one about the Falklands?
I'm not sure. That probably would actually. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's interesting, actually.
If it's about the Falklands, I'm sure it is.
But according to director SS Rajamouli, a scene featuring the song was shot outside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's official residence in 2021 before.
Oh, is that what it was?
Obviously, Russia's invasion. That must have been the scene that we were talking about the other night with John Compere. That would that be that?
No, this was the scene where they were dancing outside the mansion.
Yeah.
So that was in Ukraine.
Wow.
That was in Kyiv.
Well, didn't know that. And the critically acclaimed Rajamouli, who has produced some of India's biggest blockbusters in the last few years, said it was a special award. Speechless music truly knows no boundaries. I thank each and every fan across the globe for shaking their leg and making it popular ever since the release. #Golden Globes, he tweeted. In the song, co-actors Ram Charan and Nandamuru Taraka Rama Rao Jr.
That's just NTR Jr.
Yeah. Storm
you can
across
see why he shortens it.
The floor in a vigorous routine that blends multiple dance styles and has
embarrasses that little English duet.
Sparked viral imitations online. It took me 2 months to choreograph it. We shot for 20 days and it did 43 retakes, John. That must have been exhausting. Choreographer Prem Rakshit told Indian media. Now, Bollywood actor Shah Rukh Khan joined others to celebrate the win. We'll be talking about Shah Rukh in a little while, John. He says, "Sir, just woke up and started dancing to Naatu Naatu, celebrating your win at the Golden Globes." Khan told Rajamouli on Twitter, "Here's to many more awards and making India so proud," he added. Great tweet there from the man SRK. Led by the Hindu language Bollywood, India has the world's most prolific film industry. It churns out thousands of movies each year in multiple Indian languages, which are also dubbed and consumed by audiences across South Asia, Central Asia, Africa and beyond. Rajamouli told the Hollywood Reporter before his win that the global recognition was really important. If this buzz really puts a spotlight on our industry and helps me with my filmmakers in the future to take our stories outside the world, so it really is really important to us, he said. Now, John, that last quote there sums this man up.
Yeah.
He's not self-centred, he's not thinking about himself and patting himself in the back saying what a great guy I am, what a great job I've done. He sees this as an avenue for fellow filmmakers, his friends, and probably some of his rivals as well in the film industry. It's opening doors, this award, I would say.
Yeah, Stephen, it is. We spoke about it last night, or 2 nights back. It would have been, 2 nights back. It wasn't last night.
Tuesday,
it was technically yesterday we spoke about it, because that's when it went out.
Yeah.
And I says, not only did I think the song would win at the awards, because it was clearly the best song, and it is.
Yep.
It's infectious, and it's so important to the actual story as well. We keep speaking about these two individuals and their importance to the story, but they're just breaking down boundaries, and they're slapping that little twat about, that little English guy, self-absorbed, sort of superiority complex, sort of driven prick individual of a man. They're slapping him about. But Steve, it's an important part of the actual movie. We did the watch along, and I remember, I think we stopped not long after that. It may have been part 2, so it was quite early on in the movie.
Yep.
And I remember just being buzzing after it. It's such a brilliant tune, amazing choreography, and I think that should be part of it. It shouldn't just be the actual musical side of things, but it should be the way it's implemented into the movie, its importance to the story, and choreographically it's stunning.
Yeah.
And they take this little guy who thinks, you can't dance this, can't dance that, and then they take him and slap him about, and he tries to keep up and they can't do it. It's just an all-round impressive song. So not only did I say it would win, and it did, but I spoke about the importance as well, Steve. We both spoke about what this could do if they can win in a couple of categories, not just at the Golden Globes, but at the BAFTAs, potentially get into the Oscars as well, if they can get nominated for the song and that, and maybe Best Foreign Language. I've looked at the categories. I think it deserves to win amongst those movies. There is some great movies in there, but this is easily on a par with them. It should be getting its just desserts and getting a nomination. If it can win again, it's huge for Rajamouli. It's huge for Indian cinema in the West.
When it comes to songs and films and Indian films, John, us being a couple of Westerners from Glasgow in Scotland, you could excuse us for not remembering songs in Indian cinema because of obviously the translation thing.
Oh, but I remember them all.
Well, I was going to say that, John, you don't just remember them all, you sing them. You sing the lyrics.
Stephen, I am telling you, I was doing a workout and I was singing. I was listening.
What does that say about it? That says it's a well-written song.
No, it was Prabhadeva. It was Muka Bala Laila. That one, Prabhadeva. We hadn't seen the movie, but I remember listening to the song, reacting to it, and it stuck in my head. And it was just the dancing. Again, it's what I'm talking about. The dancing, the song, the way it takes life. There's something about Indian culture, the films, the music that seems to lend itself brilliantly to earworm-inducing songs and just experiences.
John, the theme tune to Made in Heaven was very catchy.
It was,
me. I always look forward to that opening sequence coming up.
You think of Vafi Cumming with Master, you think of Kuti Story, Hey Rama Rama.
John, what was the film?
So
the blind man that witnessed the murder.
Yeah,
and Didin. I felt that whole film was almost like a musical.
Yeah.
And fantastic as well.
Padmavat.
Yeah.
Binta Deel. There's so many songs.
That's incredible, John, that you can remember that.
Yeah, I remember a load of them. And also the Rocky one as well. And
but just getting back to the topic in hand in terms of how memorable, and because of where we're from, technically we shouldn't remember something we don't really understand and something, but that's something about music, it's universal. And although we might not understand the lyrics completely or understand the translation at times, we've watched a lot of music videos we've reacted to that don't have closed captions, and it doesn't bother us because music is music at the end of the day. It's a feel, it's an emotion,
Yeah.
And certainly with this number, that was a standout one, and I understand how you are so confident in this winning the Golden Globes.
I loved the one at the end as well, the celebratory one at the end of the movie. I thought that was a great song too, but just the all-round experience, this one, the dancing, the way it fitted into the story. It's just important, an important song, important part of the movie. And he's absolutely right, A.R. Rahman on Twitter. It is a paradigm shift.
Yeah.
Massive to have that breakthrough. There's so many great movies getting made in India that sadly don't get to see the light of day really in Western spheres unless you're really seeking it out.
Yeah.
There's this degree of hubris in the West. They make the best movies and no one else does it better. And they can't possibly do it better. I think with South Korea and obviously Bong Joon-ho, I always screw his name up with Parasite coming in.
Yeah.
Most Academy Award wins in 50 years since Walt Disney.
Yeah.
That changed the game and opened eyes up to Korea. You've seen the huge success of K-dramas after that. People really turning their eyes to Korea and what they can create. People going back and watching
the Train to Busan stuff
Train
like
to
that.
Busan,
It's been out for years.
all the TV shows that have popped off massively. This could be the same for Indian cinema.
Yeah.
Massive moment.
John, from a sort of Indian perspective, now we can't speak because we're not Indian, so it's not from our perspective. But do you think there could
2% Indian?
But do you think there could be a sort of I don't want to say territorial thing going on where it's only natural that, you know, if you have been a fan of something and before it goes that sort of big way, and not that it has to go big, India's big enough, but it takes me back to the little girl in the Beatles anthology and the cavern. You know, we knew that once they became exposed to the rest of the world, you know, we'd lost them. I don't think that's going to be the case.
As well, the whole punk scene.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's only natural that, you know, that you want to keep them to yourself, you know, and because you're getting them when they're at their rawest. They're not. I don't really want to say. What's the word? Corrupted or anything like that with other influences and stuff like that.
But they become commercialised.
And there is always that sort of. I suppose it's a concern, isn't it?
As you know, a huge fan of Foo Fighters. I keep bringing them up today for some reason. Also, not as good as Nirvana in terms of actual genius output because he didn't have Kurt Cobain, but Dave Grohl, incredible mind. I'm so envious of the people who got to see them in these shitty little fucking venues in Italy and places like that in the mid to late 90s before they became this sort of stadium band. I got to see them at Murrayfield live, but by that point they'd been churning out the same stuff for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And whilst he still got that energy and it was still great to see the late great Taylor Hawkins doing his stuff, it wouldn't have been the same as going back 20, 30 years ago and seeing them as this sort of up and coming. I don't want to call fucking Dave Grohl up and coming or Pat Smear up and coming, but it's the same sort of thing, Stephen. You're sort of getting at getting back to that time when you were slightly lesser known in terms of global audience. I know India is a fucking huge country, subcontinent with a huge amount of people.
They don't need the world, John.
They don't need the world. But you're right, Stephen. There is a degree of that, and I wonder how much of that will play into the Indian sort of populace who love SS Rajamouli, who love, as we're going to get on to NTR Jr.
Yeah, John, but I'd like to know...
And maybe losing them to the West for a while.
I'd like to know the community's thoughts on that, how your thoughts are on, obviously, this explosion, if you like, in terms of Triple R's recognition during the awards season, because I don't think this is going to end at the Golden Globes. The BAFTAs are still to come, and obviously the Academy Awards, and this film is going to be highlighted in different categories. I'm sure of it. But we're going to move on, John, to our next topic, and as you mentioned, it's all about NTR Jr. Waiting for the Marvel call up to join the MCU. John, that's a stunning
Someone
picture
said
here.
that.
Obviously, the screenshot of your man in Triple R, which is a fantastic shot there.
He's a unit. He's an absolute monster. Look at the size
I'm
of the
looking at that
quadriceps.
image and I'm going, that's an SS Rajamouli film right away there. Just with the colour palette, the tone and
the colour palette and just the little sort of...
It's almost comic book.
Yeah, but you've got little leaves and like bits of forest floor and dusting up into the actual...
It's a great shot, isn't it?
Into the shot. It's just the attention to detail.
Now,
it's stunning.
I'm going to just read a little bit about this because it's really just getting sort of to the meat and bones of the conversation that took place with NTR Jr. and how he could fit into a variety of these categories, as the Indian actor has seen his career vault to another level after Triple R's release in 2022. The Tollywood action comedy musical is one of the surprise hits not for us, it's not, from last year, as it's largely considered to be one of the best movies of 2022. NTR Jr. stars as Kamamaran Beam, and RRR turned him into a superhero of sorts. Now he's ready to take on a Marvel role. Speaking to Variety, NTR Jr. was asked about joining the MCU next and said, "I would love to do it. I'm waiting for it to happen. The casting decision is now in Kevin Feige's hands." So make it happen, Kevin. John, that just
would you want to join the MCU in its current vein? Though
probably
it's not quite as great as it was.
See, the thing is, this is the thing we were just talking about, though, the sort of after effect of exposure of one film and what this is going to do, not just to the film, the director, but also the actors as well, how that's going to impact them and how their careers will go, whether or not they may want to stay on the same track that they, you know, obviously making great Indian movies, or branching out and doing some Western stuff as well. We saw Dinesh come out, John, and do The Grey Man, and they did with him what I knew they were going to do with him, and I fucking hate when Western films do that. They did it with Jet Li back in the 90s as well, with The Lethal Weapon. But this is a different category. It's a different level of films when you're talking about the MCU as well, and obviously having an opportunity to play a role in there. But it's good to see. It's good to see that NTR Jr. is open to offers. What's your thoughts on this, John? Can you see him in the MCU in some capacity?
I mean, Stephen, I see no reason why he can't, as an actor, move over to the West and do great movies. He's got the presence, he's got the charisma, the acting chops. As I said the other day as well, one of a number of Indian stars who can do everything, can sing, I presume, definitely can dance, can act. It's an all-round performer, so absolutely he can make the jump over and do Western films in general, no problem. In terms of the Marvel side of things, if he can do any Western kind of film, then there's not going to be any issues of him doing anything in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Even we've seen some lesser actors than an NTR doing it. I'm just quickly trying to multitask here, because I'm going to bring this article up because I find this interesting.
Harry Styles is in there.
Harry Styles is in there. He's not even an actor. No. So I mean, right off the bat, you've got him. So you've got a huge bar to pass in terms of acting ability. So yeah, absolutely, he could go over to the MCU, no problem whatsoever. He's not that old. I think he's like late 30s.
Yeah.
So he's round about roughly the same age. I want to say that. I mean, how old is? He's probably around about the age of like a Sebastian Stan. Just now, Stan's one of them. I'm not sure. He's dead, and he was very old.
Yeah.
Like 30 years ago. He's round about the same age as like a Tony Mackie or a Sebastian Stan. So in terms of age, he's got scope to play a character for the next 10 years. And his acting ability is not in question. Stephen, I'm bringing this up because look, there's 5 potential characters that he could maybe pop in and play. I mean, I don't know a huge amount about the actual comic side of things. We've spoken about this again and again. We are more TV and film oriented. I think it's oriented. In terms of the actual comics, I don't know a huge amount about the characters. Someone in the community did post up a Marvel character of Indian origin who could pop in to the MCU and maybe get played with a great Indian talent. I'd love to see like SS Rajamouli being brought in to direct an Indian Marvel character in the MCU. He's already an established name. He's a massive figure in Indian cinema. Western wise, he's starting to become a really well-known name. He's signed on with a talent agency over here, but he would almost follow the same recruitment style that Marvel have followed in the last 10-15 years. Taika Waititi, huge director, get a cult following, comes in and directs an MCU movie. He's a huge success. James Gunn, there's been ones before. Kenneth Branagh has been a fucking ever-present figure in film over here, but he directs Iron Man. He could come in and direct a movie. He could certainly bring
Thor,
that in.
yeah.
Thor, that was Thor, it wasn't Iron Man, that was Favreau.
Yeah.
I see no reason why both sort of figures, all figures in that RRR movie, Ram Charan could certainly come over and do a Marvel character as well. But I don't see why NTR Jr. couldn't play a Marvel character, first and foremost.
Yeah.
And why we couldn't get Rajamouli taking his incredible visual styles. Because one of the things I've really enjoyed about the MCU over the last 10-15 years, I keep saying it's not quite, what is 15 years now, scarily, is the way they've been able to cherry pick brilliant directing talent, but you can see their own artistic flourishes, their own directing styles. Everything that they bring to their own movies is then brought in and sort of homogenised, amalgamated into the MCU, but it just you've still got their little stylistic flourishes. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, the only time it's sort of kind of jarring is when an Avengers film comes out and it's a totally different director. We've seen it with obviously Captain America. The
point is, you could see Rajamouli coming in and delivering a Rajamouli style movie with the slow-mos, the stylistic stuff, the close-ups, the incredible shots he does, and making that work in an MCU movie. In terms of these characters, Stephen, you're seeing one there, Dinesh Deol,
also known as Grid.
I mean, there's one he could do. It's an engineer who ever been affected by, what was this, Terrigen mist cloud? From the Terrigen bomb, he gains powers, and obviously he's able to control electromagnetic spectrum. I see no reason why he's inhuman, so this is off the sort of mutant thing that we're about to go and explore in the MCU in the next 5 to 10 years.
That's a good call,
Don't know why you couldn't come in and do that. You've got Spider, you've got Spider-Man, an iteration of Spider-Man. We're doing multiverse, why not?
Perfecta Prabhakar,
I don't know if that's a female one, because I did see an actual... No, it's a boy. It's a boy. So
Village Boy, poor Village Boy.
Giant Man. Kind of maybe on the nose with Ant-Man being in there. Maybe a little bit... Yeah, that one maybe not work. Cerebra, Shakti Haddad. Do you know what I mean? You've got options here, so at a point, obviously that's a she, so that's off the...
That sounds like a Professor X, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's off the table, it's a she. But, I mean, there's brilliant talent over in India. I don't know why we've not got an
manipulate the nervous system as well, with paralysing or stunning people.
But it's X-Men. We're about to explore X-Men. This is a female character, but Steve, why have we not had an Indian MCU character yet? I mean, but we technically have. We've got Camille Nanjiani playing a sort of Bollywood actor, but he's Pakistani.
He's Pakistani,
But I think, were they showing him off as Pakistani in the MCU, or was he meant to be Indian? Was he a Pakistani actor playing an Indian?
They actually touched on where...
Because he was a Bollywood actor, wasn't he?
Yeah, I'm not really sure, but we obviously know where the actor's from.
But I think he was playing a Bollywood actor in his sort of human form that he was hiding in plain sight as in that movie. I don't know why we've not had an Indian actor come over. There's certainly scope, there's characters in the comics to make it work. Indra, I don't know if this was the one. Again, Xavier, Stephen, this is just making sense in terms of where we're going next with the MCU.
It could be
mutants, X-Men. These characters are linked in one way or another with Charles Xavier. The time could be perfect. The stars could be aligning.
Maybe once they've got all the sort of pieces in place for the X-Men, the new cast, that is, maybe this is when we will see these characters come to the forefront, because they all seem to be connected in some way to mutants or X-Men arc, so it would make sense. But having NTR Jr. make his MCU sort of debut,
Marvel's massive over Monday as well, Stephen. Some of the best reactions I've seen to Avengers Endgame and Infinity War have been in Indian theatres. You go onto YouTube and look up the reaction to the Polk scene, they're losing their shit. So they're every bit as passionate in India about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Can you imagine taking that passion, the love for that universe, it's already there, and taking NTR Jr. or Ram Charan or some other huge figure from India and putting them in that universe? It seems like a match made in heaven. Why is it not already happened? Love NTR's confidence though. He's like, hit me up, bitch.
I'm just waiting on the call, Kevin.
Get me in that fucking universe right now.
Make it so.
Make it so, number one.
But anyway, we're going to move on to our final topic of this evening, John. And it's all about SRK. Shah Rukh Khan's Pathaan is the most anticipated Indian movie of 2023, IMDb announces, as if we didn't know that. We've watched the teaser. We've still to record the full trailer, which we're going to do at some point. IMDb, the popular and authoritative source for information on movies, TV shows and celebrities, today unveiled the most anticipated Indian movies of 2023. IMDb determines its list of the most anticipated Indian movies based on the actual page views of IMDb users throughout 2022. Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan starrer Pathaan is the most anticipated Indian movie of 2023 based on the page views of the more than 20 million monthly IMDb visitors. That's phenomenal. 200, sorry. Take a look at the full list, which also contains tentpole titles like Pushpa.
Pushpa, was that the one with Allu Arjun?
I think, yeah.
I wanted to watch that. I mind reacting to the actual.
Well, we might do a double sort of feature, John. Now the part 2 is coming out. Joanne Salar, Kissy Ka by Kissy K Jan and Tiger 3.
This was Adi Purush, not that one we reacted to, and it was terrible. We ended up not putting it out. Is that the one with the gargoyle?
Is that the one I had the meltdown?
It's Prabhas.
Yeah, I know.
It's like Prabhas in a science fiction movie.
Yeah.
It should work.
Have you still got that in the can?
I'd have to find it, but I think it may still be there. We just couldn't follow through with the reaction.
It was phenomenal, though. It was really.
Yeah,
it was breathtaking. John,
the comments.
There's a list anyway. Telepathy 67
in there. In there. Steve, does it not speak volumes about Telepathy VJ that 2 of his movies are in the most anticipated list for 2023? How hard working this guy is, and just the popularity of the man. That every other actor's got 1 in here. He's got fucking 2. Not even titled the movie yet, and it's on the list. It speaks volumes about him.
There's actually more. I didn't
Tune of View, you've got the Tala Rajiv one, Ajif Kumar, Tune of View. We just reacted to. Vada Visal rings a bell. There's names in there that I recognise.
Yeah.
But it's no surprise, Stephen, to see that Shah Rukh Khan's right up the top. Because it's, having done the reaction to his actual career, we're now aware that he's been on a hiatus from movies for 3-4 years.
After a sort of lull.
I think he had a couple of underperforming movies come out.
Went away, reinvented himself.
And he's coming back. And I have to say, man, from the song and dance numbers, I think it's alongside Deepika Padukone, if I'm right in saying.
Yep.
He's looking in absolutely incredible shape. He's looking revitalised from what I can see. It's no surprise that the anticipation's high. He's a huge figure. One of the most successful actors on the planet, not just in India. Huge fan base. They will be buzzing to see this guy returning. It's the equivalent of fucking Daniel Day-Lewis or something like
John,
that.
At some point
taking a break and then coming back.
At some point in 2023, we will probably be doing an SRK season of film reactions. We'll probably get something organised in terms of getting the community involved in advising more than anything, so we know the best. There'll be ones out there probably say all of his films are the best, but he's got a lot of films, so we really want to maybe scale that down to maybe about 5 or something like that. Maybe
something that encapsulates the man's career.
Yeah, and then we can work back with our forwards or whatever. We did it with obviously with VJ, so Danish as well, and with a bit of VJ Sethupathi as well.
VJ Sethupathi and obviously Surya.
Yeah, and a bit of Amir Khan thrown in there as well.
With a little touch of Rajinikanth.
We'll have to do a bit more of them. Rajinikanth, we've seen 2 of his films, I think, haven't we?
I'm just looking at this screen and I'm genuinely questioning my eyesight at times, but it's just the camera getting out of focus. It can't track 2 faces at one time all the time. It does a good job, but right now it's doing it pretty well. But for a moment there, it was tracking onto you, Stephen, and I looked blurred and I'm like, fuck, is my eyes going? And then I look down and I see the font and everything's fine. So it's the camera. Fuck you, Sonny.
Yeah.
Get that sorted out right now.
I would assume that obviously Pathaan's going to be in the cinemas very shortly, John. I can't remember the release date of it, but certainly
I will endeavour to find that out just now.
I mean, I'll probably say this right now.
It's coming out
it's a couple of weeks.
The 27th of January.
So it's 2 weeks today then.
16 days.
How about this? Go to see a Shah Rukh Khan film for the first time, and we'll do it in a cinema. Do it out of theatre.
Need to get microphones and interview, because Stephen, you have seen it. You've seen it with the Amir Khan movie that came out. Didn't do so well.
No.
Happy Gilmore style one.
A remake.
Not Happy Gilmore.
Forrest Gump. Yeah.
Huge Indian community here, and they were going and watching this movie.
John, I'd like to interview. I would like to interview some obviously Indian community.
Get them on, speak to them, pick their brains about Shah Rukh, pick their brains about the movie, give our thoughts.
Definitely, yeah.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
But I'm done, John. I don't know if you've got anything else to say.
Not even changed the topic.
That's
absolute shambles. I did change the topic. I just didn't update the topic. So you know what? Just because it's not going to work. But about to leave, I'm going to do this anyway, just as a little.
Just so it's there, and you can see that John actually put the work in. So there you go.
Put the work in. I just was too lazy to actually change it in OBS. So yeah.
So
it's
there.
It is the most anticipated movie.
Anticipated Indian movie of 2023.
But what is our most anticipated Indian movie of 2023? You'll just have to stick around the channel and wait and see when we perhaps discuss it.
Yeah.
We're going to get the intro again here.
Yeah.
And it's gone, just like that. It's gone. What's your thoughts on the 3 topics we discussed on this show today, this morning, tonight, whenever this is going out? I think it's this morning for us. And India, funnily enough, perhaps afternoon. There is a time difference. Thoughts on RRR winning at the Golden Globes. Naatu wins for Best Song. Celebrated in India. Is that hyperbole? I presume you're from India if you're watching. If you're not, completely ignore this. If you're from India though, we want to know, is it being celebrated? You can see on social media it is, but that's by these sort of highfalutin actors and directors and composers over there. What is the average man and woman in the street thinking about this? Is this a huge moment? It seems like a huge moment to us, Plevingtons here. What is your thoughts on, what was the other one? NTR Jr. waiting for a call from Feige to join the MCU. Which Marvel Indian-based superhero would you like to see NTR or any other Indian actor coming in and playing? Share your thoughts down below about that. Who you'd like to see playing it? Would it be NTR? What character? Finally, your thoughts on India's most anticipated movie for 2023. That seems a slightly strange thing to say. India's most anticipated movie, like there's ever going to be agreement over that. There is never going to be agreement over the most anticipated movie for 2023. People up north are going to say Shah Rukh Khan. People down south are going to say the fuck it is, it's telepathy. People from maybe Kerala are going to say something totally different. People from the East Coast are going to say something totally fucking different again. Generalised sort of general consensus is suggesting Pathaan. Do you agree with it? Share your thoughts down below. If you get anything to say at all, the comment section's the place to put it. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notifications straight to your eyeballs. All that is left to say, as ever, it's the same shit to say every time. As until the next time, me and Stephen are done. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.